What's poppin', homies? It's your favorite homegirl, Gossip Girl, and today we are going to have a little discussion about this R. Kelly trial because I just want to talk about a few things, okay? So, I was reading the New York Post, honey, and let me tell you something. I never knew that Aaliyah was supposed to be pregnant by R. Kelly, but I did know they were married. But there was a interview that she did a long time ago saying that they wasn't married. She denied everything. So let's just get into it because I'm pissed off that Aaliyah's parents, they had to have known that she was messing with this man, okay? And she just wasn't around him to further her career. And how long has he known Aaliyah? Because in the song called Vibe, R. Kelly in a public announcement, he said, little cute Aaliyah's got it. And I'm like, well, and then years later, it's Aaliyah. And I'm like, well, how old was little cute Aaliyah back then? And what kind of vibe do she got? What does she got going on at such a young age? But anyway, let's get into it. So, now, according to the former manager, Demetrius Smith, R. Kelly married Aaliyah in 1994 after hearing she was pregnant. Okay, so R. Kelly married the late pop star Aaliyah when she was just 15 years old because he believed she was pregnant. Part of a bid by the R&B singer to avoid jail. His former tour manager testified in the Brooklyn federal court Friday. Now, the only reason why I'm talking about this is because it's in Brooklyn, okay? Now, Demetrius Smith, who worked with the bump and grind singer in the 90s, said that Kelly tied a knot with his underage girlfriend to protect himself, to protect Aaliyah after learning she was knocked up. Now, Aaliyah is in trouble. We need to go home, said Kelly to Smith. Okay, and R. Kelly told Demetrius Smith that at a concert in Orlando, Florida in 1994. Aaliyah, man, she thinks she's pregnant. So Kelly left the tour immediately, flying home to Chicago, where a minister married him and Aaliyah in a hotel. Now, I know this minister did not know how old Aaliyah was because there's talk of fake IDs and such, okay? This is crazy, man. This whole trial is just crazy. Asked by a prosecutor what Kelly needed protection from, Smith said, I guess jail. I don't know how that's protecting him from going to jail because he was definitely older than her. So how is that protecting him from going to jail? Y'all let me know in the comment section because maybe I'm missing something. Okay, so Smith said he was initially uncomfortable with how flirty Kelly was around the back and forth songstress shortly after they met in 1992 when Aaliyah was just 13 years old. So R. Kelly was peeping little Aaliyah since 13. I just thought they were too playful, too friendly. He was seducing her, said Smith, who met Kelly through Aaliyah's uncle and Kelly's manager, Barry Hankerson. Now, somebody should have told her parents that this man is a little bit too playful. Y'all need to watch him. But let's just keep going. On Friday, the third day of the 54-year-old singer's sex crimes and racketeering trial, lawyers for Kelly also presented a 1994 marriage certificate showing Aaliyah apparently lied that she was 18 years old when marrying Kelly, who was 27 at the time. So when he married Aaliyah, she was 15. He was 27. That is 12 years. 12 years older than her. What? Oh, Lord have mercy. Where were her parents? Smith also admitted to bribing a public employee with $500 to get Aaliyah a fake ID so the wedding could happen. The testimony came just days before the 20th anniversary of Aaliyah's tragic death, and as the singer's sophomore album, One in a Million, was released on streaming platforms this week. Now, you know what? Let me finish this and then I'll get back. Early in the trial, Smith noted that Kelly wrote much of Aaliyah's first record, prompting a prosecutor to ask what was the name of the album. The name of the album was Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. Age ain't nothing but a number. Love ain't nothing but a thing. Or whatever, how it goes. This love I have for you will never change. Oh my God, just thinking about that song, and I love that song. But come on, R. Kelly wrote most of her stuff, and she's singing this, and that's probably how she felt about him. And I just don't want to even think about what the heck he was thinking when he was helping her write this song, or when he wrote this song, because age ain't nothing but a number. Age, listen, it is more than a number. I'm sorry. When it comes to stuff like that, there's no such thing as age ain't nothing but a number. But my thing is, her parents, I mean, she's 15 years old. He met her at 13 years old. Like, no adults, her parents, her uncles, her father, nobody said nothing about this man's behavior. I mean, I know you want your daughter to become a superstar, and she got mad talent. I love Aaliyah. She got mad talent. But come on. What does a 27-year-old man want with a 15-year-old girl? Okay? Besides that. So anyway, I just think that is just, like, R. Kelly, like, get it to, like, you should have just got it all together, buddy. Like, this is not it. Like, this is not it. Because when I first heard about them getting married, I'm like, married? And then a marriage certificate was presented, and I was like, wow, why is he, you know what I'm saying, like, married at 15? But see, R. Kelly, this is the thing with R. Kelly. R. Kelly always presented himself as single. So I want to know the timeline, right? What's the timeline of Miss Drea Kelly coming into the picture and having children with him? Because he never mentioned her or his children, okay? Not to my knowledge. We never saw her on his arm or anything like that. But honey, when he had to go to court for that tape that he did, okay, all of a sudden, here she go. She's standing by R. Kelly. And I know she went through her stuff with him too, but I'm trying to figure out the timeline of when did she come in the picture. Wow, this is crazy. If I was Drea Kelly, I would just drop that last name and just use my own last name from that. We know you was married to R. Kelly, girl. Drop that last name and, you know, use your own that you was born with, because I wouldn't want to be connected with him no kind of way. I'd be like, listen, old boy over there, yeah, I didn't know what was going on, but I don't know. I just don't know. Now, the second part I want to talk about, R. Kelly's doctor, his physician, and R. Kelly's defense lawyer, Nicole Bleeker. I think her name is Nicole Bleeker. I wish I was a fly on the wall in that courtroom when these two was going at it, okay? I really wish I was in that courtroom. And what makes it so funny, because they watching R. Kelly every damn move, right? Even to the point where they said R. Kelly has on his mask, and you could see his mask going up and down, and he must have been chewing gum. Like, did y'all have to really, like, put that in there? But I guess so, because, hey, this is court. So, okay, so let's talk about this physician, because he had to testify. He had to testify because they wanted to know if R. Kelly knew that his devil's tool was sick. Okay, so let's get into that. And yes, I called it his devil's tool. I did. Now, R. Kelly's former physician testified that he used to prescribe him medication for his herpes so frequently that he remembered his number. Okay, the doctor said he was paid not in cash but in trips around the country for parties and concerts at day. Okay, he said that the way they got it worded here, the doctor said he was paid not in cash but in trips around the country for parties and concerts at day 3 of the singer's sexual abuse trial. It comes towards the end of 3 days of testimony from an accuser and R. Kelly's former manager. Now, on Friday, R. Kelly's ex-manager, who works in the music industry, told a Brooklyn courtroom that working for him was weirder than working for Kanye West. Now, that's some kind of weird, okay? The doctor told the jurors that he first became aware of the possibility Kelly might have herpes much earlier after a June 5th, 2000 visit. He called to request a prescription for what he called the blue pill, the doctor said. The phone calls seemed to be so frequent for the blue pills. The pharmacy he worked at was near a McDonald's where Kelly allegedly met one of his accusers. Prosecutors questioning on Kelly's apparent herpes was to establish that he was well aware of his diagnosis, as evidenced in the allegations that he gave it to his partners without telling them. And I'm pretty sure he knew his devil's tool was sick. R. Kelly knew that. Now, Kelly's attorneys had argued herpes is not life-threatening, so Kelly shouldn't be charged with passing it to a minor. You know how dumb you sound? Do you know how stupid that sounds? I would not have said that. I don't care if it's not life-threatening. First of all, he shouldn't be doing with no minor. That's number one. Number two, he shouldn't be out here putting his sick devil's tool in anybody. R. Kelly knew that his devil tool was not good. He knew that. He knew that. He knew that. He knew that. Wow. Okay, so her name is Nicole Becker. That is R. Kelly's defense lawyer. His lawyer is helping him, okay? Now, her name is Nicole Becker. Now, here is the argument. Well, she has to question McGrath, his physician, about this. So she said to McGrath, "You can say 100% he has herpes," she asked. "I feel that 100% he has herpes," McGrath answered. "So are you saying, as in, I feel like," she said, "are you saying as if I feel like it's freezing in here?" And he said, "Is that a question?" McGrath responded later saying, "I believe that 100% based on his exams, the treatment that he had, and the response to therapy." "Well, can't you use the herpes medicine to treat other things?" Becker said. And McGrath, I wish I was a fly on the wall. He said, "Herpes, herpes, herpes." You could tell he was irritated. Because, come on, I would get irritated too. I would be irritated too if I'm getting questioned by a defense lawyer, okay? And she's saying these things like, come on, who asked that kind of question? She asked him, do she feel like he's was 100% that he had herpes. The physician said, yes, I feel that 100% he has herpes. And then she goes and say, are you saying as in, I feel like it's freezing in here? And he said, is that a question? He said, I believe that 100%, based on his exams, the treatment that he had, and the response to therapy. Well, can't you use the herpes medication to treat other things? Becker said. And he got fed up and said, herpes, herpes, herpes. I swear, I wish I was a fly on the wall in that courtroom. McGrath testified that while Kelly had health insurance, he never paid him for his medical services during the decades he treated him. The singer would, however, invite him and his wife to parties, dinners, and pay for his flights to concerts. McGrath said he and his wife were flown out to New York, Missouri, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, and Nashville. Sometimes Kelly would pay for the travel, and other times McGrath would book it himself. Why, you know what? Why is R. Kelly meeting girls at McDonald's? Like, that is just so creepy to me. Anyway, so they also attended cigar bars together, and McGrath traveled to the singer's studios to listen to Kelly perform music. McGrath said his wife, Jean, also had a relationship with Kelly, which he described as caring. Testimony in the case continued Friday morning as former Kelly's manager, Anthony Navarro, spoke. This is crazy. I just want to talk about that. And Navarro, who's 36, said he worked for R. Kelly for about just over 2 years, ending in 2009. Said that his job included picking up and driving girls to be with the singer, as well as other tasks associated with Kelly's recording career. He recalled being instructed not to talk with the girls who came to Kelly's home and having to tell people when girls were no longer in rooms they had to be escorted to. What? Wow. So Navarro has testified. The physician testified. Demetrius Smith has testified. But my thing is this, guys. Like, I'm going to be real serious right now. When R. Kelly when that tape leaked of R. Kelly with that girl, and that young girl standing up there moving her body, she looked like she was 11 or 12 years old then. You could tell in her body that she was very young. And he's sitting up there looking like a madman, messing around with his devil's tool and looking at, and then he peed on the girl. Like, oh God, stress. He peed on her. After that tape got out, there should be no girls that should have been around R. Kelly after that. Why was there girls still being around R. Kelly after that situation? After that tape, there shouldn't have been no girls around him at all. At all. It's just ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous. But I don't know. This whole thing is getting weird. I'm not going to go down a rabbit hole with this one. But you can check out Sweet Tea TV. Sweet Tea _TV. She is talking about the whole Aaliyah case with R. Kelly. She's doing a whole thing. So if y'all want to go down the rabbit hole, go over there and go down that rabbit hole, because she's talking about it a lot. And I just wanted to talk about that, because it was in a Brooklyn courtroom. And it was just something that stuck out to me that I just wanted to talk about real quick. So, yeah, go check out her channel, because she's talking about, she got the whole R. Kelly tea over there. Point blank, period. All right, you guys, have a great Sunday. I am out. I'm going to relax, and I will talk to you tomorrow.